I haven't given a background of the guest. Interestingly, we tried to, but he still remains mysterious. You can't find much information about him online. So he's in a better position to speak to his background, and we will allow him to do that. So, Mr. Dapo, over to you.
So thank you so very much. It's been a very long walk to get to this point. Thank you for making this possible. Obviously, we'd like to thank many of the guests who are here. In a sense, it's a very important, milestone of sorts. It will be very happy to. Jolo, I don't know whether you want me to go ahead. I mentioned the guests, because so that's we got this call from Deolu, who is actually doing interesting work in the leadership space of the region. And it seemed that he was able to reach to someone who had worked in the security and intelligence corridor during the very pivotal years of General Abacha. And there are other forms of notation here. It so happened that, on the one hand, Omenka, had worked in a very almost larger than life sense during this phase. Our country, that phase has gone into history. That's been well choreographed. Now we don't need to go into all that long process. But then he left and went into exile. And I believe strongly this will probably be his first conversation with people who are first the media, and hopefully, through us Nigerian people. So, not to make this sensational, we try to bring as much as possible in terms of historical value, historical memory for also for our audience and for the country, and definitely some kind of explaining certain aspects of those still unfilled, those gaps. Omenka come to terms with, the whole question surrounding his own career in the military and his exile, and obviously a decision to speak at this time, but of course there will then also be more specific questions because, as you know, we then try to write about this interview, also a way to help people who might have questions to drop it in. So we have a few questions that had been sent to the newspaper, and they had wanted us to ask more specifically. So we'll also get into that. I guess my own first, by the way, is Kunle in now?
Yes, we have him on board, Mr.
Okay.
Kunle Ajibade. You're most welcome.
Good. Yeah. So I think first, as a matter of laying the opening shot, is to ask, first the decision to go into exile, Colonel, and then the decision to speak at this time. Could you just provide, from your own perspective, what represents those explanatory context for these two very important moments?
I guess I could talk now.
Yes, please. Colonel, please go ahead.
The You see, the voice is not very good. I hope it's not affecting other people. The sound is not very good. It's jumping and cutting. So I hope it's not affecting everybody.
We can
Is
hear
that
you
from me?
clearly.
Oh, yeah, we can.
We can, I mean, Cornell, we can hear you clearly.
Okay. Yes. May I say good morning?
First of all, Cornell, let me chime in a bit, please.
Yes.
I mean, on behalf of everybody here, especially the panelists, we want to most sincerely acknowledge and also appreciate you for the opportunity that you have accorded this platform, that for 30 years you were quiet, over 30 years you were quiet, and you decided that this is the time to speak, and you also decided that this is the platform that you are comfortable to speak on. So we are grateful for that. We don't take that for granted, and we allow you now to delve into that, to respond to what Mr. Dapo has asked. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Good. I expect it's evening now in my country. So I say good evening to you all. And to say I thank God that I'm able to, that he kept me alive this long, to be able to participate in such an event as this. At least from the panelists, I know that they're all clued up. You have just read what they are made of. And so I'm happy to be in this circle. And to say that I didn't go into exile. Well, first, I didn't go into exile. I traveled out because my kids were outside the country. And so I did not have anything to do inside the country again. I was in contact with the country always, at all levels. So every person knew where I was anyway. So I didn't go into exile. That is as far as that goes. And since I've just touched on these two things, there's noise. I swear there's music or something there. I'm not even hearing myself again. No, I shouldn't hear myself.
We can hear you.
We can hear you. Just go on. Just go on.
Okay.
For sure,
Yes.
it's raining here, so it's probably part of the. So
it's raining here too. Yes. So
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
All right, good.
Please go ahead,
Okay,
Cornell.
good.
Go ahead, Cornell.
Good. So like I said, I thank God and I give him all glories. And just before we go now, because I've just greeted you people in Nigeria, I want to hastily add that may the souls of my officers and men, the souls of my colleagues and friends who are departed during this period, may they rest in peace, because they would have participated or helped in bringing so many things to fore. So having said that, ab initio, I thank God that my parents were dead before my name got spoiled. Their name got spoiled in my system, got damaged actually. But let's hope this will give us an opportunity to put things in the real context. Then let every person judge after that. Let every person judge whatever they want to judge after that. Yeah. I made myself available because people have been disturbing, do something. I said, no, there's no need. The country is not ready to listen. I'm following things from here. I'm following things from other countries when I move in there. I'm following things from French. I said, when the time is ripe, God will open my mouth. And I think the time is ripe now. And that was why he made me to accept even to participate in this thing.
In your view, the time is right for you to speak at this time. Can you just run us through very briefly? Security group in particular became prominent. There's a noise at the background somewhere.
Yes, I can't hear you. I can't hear well.
Okay, so can you hear me now?
There's no noise here.
Can you hear? No, not from your end. Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
So can you just briefly run us through when you were appointed into the security group? Security group wasn't prominent before your appointment, wasn't that prominent. You were appointed into security group, and suddenly security group became so prominent across the country during the General Abacha's regime. When were you appointed into that office, and what made your appointment so significant?
Good. I was appointed in 95 ending or 96 beginning. So I wasn't in the country from the time, I was in my staff college when the governments changed. So I came in early 94. Yes, early 94. And I was at school for some time. Then suddenly, the 95, the Obasanjo Bello Fadile coup came up. And I was drafted from school to be part of that investigation. After that investigation, some time passed again, and I was appointed to go to become the commander security group. Now, why I was appointed or anything, I wouldn't know. I'm just an officer to be served, to serve once you are deployed. Let me start correcting something immediately. You said security group wasn't that prominent. Yes, it was prominent to another group of people in the country. But another group of people, it wouldn't have been. So 95, when I came in towards the end, for me, it was the same. I didn't see anything different. It's just that we were firm and we insisted that truth cannot be sacrificed. We just have to pursue the truth. My office that time did. So how did I get to become the commander security group? People, I mean, any person could have been there. Any person could have been there. Any person could have been appointed there. There was somebody there before me. I didn't start the security group. The security group was constructed by Julius Berger. The first commander I read, I say from the book, was Colonel Togo that time. So one day in the school where I was the chief instructor, Nigerian Army Intelligence School, and they said that I'm wanted. I'm wanted in Abuja. I said, what again? We have just finished school investigation. We are arresting, and nothing is that easy. And with the way the country is, and the black man in particular, the black man is difficult, actually, especially with the divergent views we have in terms of religion, ethnicity, and everything. One had to be careful when you are navigating in the system. So I was wanted in Abuja. I said, but what for? They said, I have to report to Abuja that I'm wanted there, that there was a flight. So I went to my boss. I said, I'm moving on. He said, yes. So I got to Abuja. I didn't understand many things. Like I said, I came back from staff college and was deployed at school. So I wasn't a member of the mainstream yet or anything. So when I got to Abuja, I was told that I have to wait, that I may have to see the CNC. I said, okay. We're in the army, we have no choice. They say you'll be there, you'll be there. So that day, the same day, in the night, I was ushered in, but there were so many people there, from Shagari to Buhari to many old politicians and everything. They were from the west, from the east, they were there, sitting in the entrance. So I told Mustafa, who was the chief security officer to the president, I said, my friend, I can't stay here, all these are the big men. He said, oh, God, stay in my office. I said, no. I'm going to stay in the car. I'm going outside. Let me stay in the car. When they call me, I will come in. So at the time I was called in, and Mustafa said, the CNC wants to see you. Kai. In my head, I must have done something. I must have, but they were not hostile. So I said, okay, let's go. I don't know what I did. So I went in. The CNC was there. He greeted and said, so I came to attention because I didn't see him immediately in the room now, not white people, in the big parlor or something. And they said, sit down, Frank. I'm going to give this. I'm not dramatizing. I'm just going to give this so you get the effect of you, a small man, standing in front of a president, you, a small officer, standing in front of a general. So he said, sit down. I said, no, sir. So he said, Frank, sit down. You know, he speaks softly and everything. I said, no, sir. He said, sit down. You know, so then I had, sit down, my friend. I had, sit down. And then, my boss was there. I said, okay. But I didn't sit down exactly. I just perched on that sofa. I just put, if you laughed, I would have fallen. If you clap, I would fall. So I was there. So he started and stood up. The CNC himself, he stood up and was coming towards me. So as he was getting very close, I stood up again. He says, sit down. I said, I'm comfortable like this. Then he started. He said, people have been, officers, civilians, every person, I know people have been talking about me. In my head, I was saying, what have I done now? See, people have been talking about you, that you are an exceptional officer, disciplined, that even during Buhari that time, Buhari and the Diabo time, I headed a team that time, and we produced, according to them, before the coup, the best cases. And so he said, so now the time has come to change the commander security group. And it has come up now, they are deciding who. Would you want to take over the security group? That was the second time in life such a question was being asked to me by a very senior officer. He said, would you want to, it has happened before in the 80s, a similar question. So I said, sir, I'm an army officer, sir. If the posting comes out this night, I'll take it. I have no choice, but we don't have choice for such things. So he said, good. And so we went into like a second round of pleasantries, So he was so then he said, okay, I could go. I said, no, sir, I won't go. I have a doubt on the question. He said, good. Right. So I said, sir, I think my boss brought it out in Oputa panel itself because I didn't watch Oputa panel when it was on. I watched it some 10, 12 years after, actually. Somebody sent me something. It began to make sense. Something about a Buba Galadim and all that. So what did I do? I asked him a question, and I said, sir, whether it's a question or a statement now, I said, sir, in this country, our country, Nigeria, in this country, sir, there is only one human being, only one, that I cannot carry. I mean, sir, carry and I will tie him up. There's only one human being. And that human being is you. I think Sabo brought it out in something I saw then. I said, is you, sir. But from your wife down, any problem, I will tie them up. And so he swore in Hausa. And then later they tried to explain to me, but for me it was because I've passed the message. And God was so kind, and God is so kind always, has been kind with me. No matter everything, every stone they threw, I said, okay, forget that. So when I resumed in security group, because they posted me almost that night, I would say, but the officer there before didn't want to hand over, or there was the reason for him not to hand over. But my boss, he said, so I was going once in a while, I would come out. There were so many cases, that I even inherited from me. So, yes.
Okay, sir. We're trying to see how you can make it brief.
Yes, I will make it short, but I can only make it short for you to understand how I started working. Self. 3 weeks to 1 month after I took over, finally took over, a man was brought to my office, apparently related to the CC's wife, I think cousin or something. And so my officer, my coachmate, they came who are not in the int. Oh, madam, this and that. I said, I don't know what is it. You want to ID card? He said, no. I said, so just take it easy. What is it? They explained. I said, is that why you are here? My friend, we are coachmate, and that's why I'm going to just tell you. If I count 3 and you are still here, I'm going to lock you up with the man they sent to us. I didn't pick him. They bring people to us. And that man, I think his name will still be, this man, Hayatu something. He was the chairman, Federal Savings Bank. So the thing got to Abacha. I was told they tried everything, but finally I got from Mustafa. He said, no, he's not participating. Just what did the man self do? Mustafa was asking me, and Mustafa is alive. I said it had to do with money. We have not even gone into the case. So they said when Abacha asked what's all this that disturbing him from family level and everything, Hamza, he said, no, sir, Frank, I've spoken with Frank. Frank says it has to do with money. And Abacha said, let him return the money. Frank will release him. Let him return the money. Frank will release him. So that is part of the area I just wanted to say, the human being in the head of state, that in my presence, he said, not in my presence, to my ears, I was told. So we laughed, myself and Mustafa laughed. So please, let me stop it there.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Mr. Dapo, Mr. Kunle, go ahead. Hello. I think Ms. Dapo is off. So, okay.
It's not off. It's not off.
No, he's not off, but we can't hear him. Okay, hold on. All right, so you can go ahead.
Who? I can't hear anybody.
You need to unmute your mic, Mr. Dapo.
Okay, is it clear?
Is it clear now? Okay, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just saying that so that we have the best value of it and time, because everybody's kind of in a very busy schedule. Colonel, if you can cut it to chase at every point, that will help. I would just ask just one linking question and then call my colleagues to chip in. I had made the point that you went to exile 9.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Now I hear you, but I wasn't hearing you for this almost 30 seconds to something. Yeah.
Okay.
We can hear you now.
All right. Okay. The point is, now it's clear to me that you didn't quite go to exile, so you just transited to meet with families. But generally, you were in detention in Nigeria before you left. So what happened? Was there some connivance or some complicity? What was the situation that led to your,
Okay. I will make this one fast. No.
Yeah.
When General Abacha died, things changed. The baton changed hands. It was like a relay team. The baton changed hands. Mm-hmm. So the speed of the first man may not be the same speed as the one who took over the baton. So things changed. We will get to that after, if you people have time today. So we were picked up. No, we were only 2 officers, just to see how it happened. We were only 2 officers in the Nigerian Armed Forces, the whole Army, Air Force, and Navy, that were retired because Abacha died. Only 2 officers were retired a day after Abacha's death. Only 2 of us, Sabo, General Sabo, and myself. So you can begin to ask yourself, why is just these 2 officers? The stories may come after. Only 2 of us were retired because of Abacha's death. And so when the burial finished and everything, I was in Jos that time, packing the tribunal something to hand it over. So I handed it over to our officer in Jos that time, who later became the chief of defense intelligence himself. I handed over everything to him and returned to Lagos. I was in my house in Lagos. People came to talk to me, self. Some people came to talk to me in my house. Some pressmen, self. I mean, then I didn't go anywhere. I was in the house. One day in the evening, not around 5, 6, I was, a military police officer came that he was directed to come and pick me. So I said, wait. So I called the acting DMI that I said, I confirm you are where the chief said I should be picked. He said, just follow them. So I joined them. From there, they took us to Abuja, which wasn't their first destination, because they said the people that kept it, no, that we are going to be moved to Akure prison. I don't know whether there's a prison in Akure or not, but that we are going to be taken to somewhere, Akure prison. But there was, as we are going, there was confusion on the way. We stayed a long time on top of the flyover somewhere before we were directed to go to the airport. We understood later that the NSA insisted we should we should come to Abuja, not to Akure anywhere. So we were taken to Abuja. They tried to do what I would call some investigation, that we were planning coup. Which coup? Well, somebody judged that, and I'm investigating coup before the man died. In fact, which coup? They said we were planning coup. That was the reason for keeping us there. They did everything to make people. We didn't care. The SS team there that were guarding us will confirm. They wanted the army to guard us. They said no. With the information we got that army, if they come there, they will create something to shoot us. Who were detained? Myself, in the same house. It was a big house with 4 rooms. Sabo was there. Olu was there. Olu was the last commander of security group. I took over from him, but he was in DIA at that time. Myself and Mustafa, the 4 of us were there. Mustafa was not retired. Olu was not retired. So why did they retire 2 of us? In any case, they finished all their investigation. They discovered it was all fabu. So we were called to Aso Rock, and there we were to be, released. No person escaped anywhere. At Aso Rock, I think I can say it now if you give me time. What transpired there in Aso Rock, but otherwise we'll keep it. Maybe it will come up again. I don't want to be wasting your time and talking so many things.
Okay, so Kunle is obviously one person who had an interface with you, the story that led to Kunle's own detention, for life.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Oh.
Talk, please.
So what do we do here?
Okay, Kunle, please
let's just say so. Kunle,
let's have Kunle go ahead.
Jump in. Yeah.
Yes. Hold on a minute.
You have to unmute Kunle for him to.
Okay, he's on mute. You have been unmuted. So please go ahead. Unmute yourself, son. Unmute yourself at your end.
Kunle is muted here, eh?
Yeah.
He's muted still.
No, he has to unmute himself from his end. Okay, yeah. He's from. All right.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Good to see Colonel Frank Omenka again.
Me too.
I can see that you are now Francis Goodfellow, right?
No, that's the name for the whatever what's it called for the YouTube.
Okay.
It was a name given to me by people who thought I was they established it. Yes, that I was roughly handled. Yes.
Okay, you were a member you were a member of the Special Investigation Panel, that tried over 40 civilians and soldiers for a phantom coup in 1995. I appeared before your panel, Colonel Omenka. Without any evidence, your panel recommended me and others to be tried by Patrick Assis's Special Military Tribunal, where I was sentenced to life imprisonment, and others for whom you have asked us to observe, some minute silence, were condemned to death. As a member of that panel, you acted, Colonel, you acted like a gangster, a sadist, and a terrorist. You told innocent people you caused their mothers, insulted their fathers. You said they will go to hell, all because you wanted to please General Sani Abacha. Looking back now, do you think somebody with any sense of self-worth would do that?
Is that the question?
Yes.
Yes, let me correct you, ab initio. I hadn't known General Abacha before that investigation, and I was part of a team that investigated you people. And now you said I acted as a gangster. Well, that's your understanding, and you are the receiving end, so I grant you that. But I want to ask you, I hope you know what is called, is even in journalism, you have the Trade Act. There are certain things that is part of what you should do in some professions, okay? So when I said you will die in hell, why are you still alive? You should have died. You should have died a long time. If you said I said that you will die in hell. It was part of the investigation. And I'm happy you said us, now not me. Many other people, I will give you an example because I can't even, because I was telling them, I know this face, so I think I've met this face. They say, no, he was locked in my office. I said, no, I can't remember him in the office. So Mr. Kunle Ajibade, yes, good. So that I said, I'm agreeing that you said I said, honestly, I'm not going to doubt anything during investigation, that I said you will die or rot in hell or die in hell. Good. Did you die in hell? No. Did you? So it was a way to get you to talk. One, that is a journalistic, not I say journalist, that is an investigative language you use to get people. You can even bring somebody, look, and we will come to many things if God agrees. So, Mr. Kunle, that was, it had nothing to do with me as a person, human being. It had everything to do with me as a professional. All we wanted to do was to get to the truth. And you said, we sent you there. No, we couldn't send you. My panel was not a panel. It was an investigating team. That panel was headed by General Mujakweru that time. It was
Felix Mujakweru.
Yeah, let me finish.
You were not the chairman, but you were the most notorious on that panel.
That was because you are the receiving end. I don't know why I said the notorious, because all other journalists I know, I'll give you an example. Chris Anyanwu came. If you remember Chris Anyanwu, the lady in one magazine that time, she came and she was still, you see, I think what that time you were on the, how do I say it? You were on the left of the society. That's you people were the agitators or something. So you saw everything. I wasn't in the country when you all were doing all that. So that was my first engagement when I came back. And I just went like a trained hand. My friend, listen, if you think you are just wasting your time, look, they will waste you, they will kill you, that and that. So you will think, was any person actually killed in that coup, in that detention? No. So we are on the critical left side, and so anything on the right was evil. And since, if you remember in that investigation, most people in that court didn't talk. Most people didn't talk.
Okay.
I was the one asking the questions. Is it a lie? Is it a lie?
Yes.
I was the one asking the questions.
Zachary B was also there.
Yes, Zachary asked questions once in a while. Yes, but I was the one asking most of the questions. Yes, Zachary was there. Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's so that you want to say something, please go ahead.
Yes. No. I mean, let's just so that we don't do too much back and forth, we can get the best value of time.
Yes.
Idris, do you want to jump in at this point?
Yes. Idris.
Yeah, thank you very much, Colonel Omenka. I'm still going back to something you said about you not going on exile. And you also talked about the fact that you didn't follow the Oputa panel. It wasn't until about 12 years after I started reading some of the things said. Why did you fail, if you were anytime on exile, why did you fail to appear before the panel, even when the panel summoned you? Why didn't you think it was your responsibility to explain your own side of the story then? So a panel like that.
Good. I didn't know the panel was even on. So that means I wasn't looking at it. I switched off from Nigeria. It was painful. What happened to me? I switched off from Nigeria. I just said, relax. So I didn't. Later they started sending it and I saw it. You are a journalist. So go and find out whether the panel sent message to me and they got to me and I refused to come. You are a journalist. Don't say they said. Go and find out. You should be investigative. You should be inquisitive.
So are you saying that for the whole period of the duration of the panel, you were not aware that the panel was sitting and that you had the chance to explain your side of the story?
No, I was alone. I had no contact with any Nigerian. And you know, if you have been, those who have lived overseas, especially in Europe, will tell you, if you don't know the Nigerian from home, avoid him. Because he may be cocaine carrying, he may be this. Just avoid him. And we had a lot here. So I was on my own. I didn't make any contact with anybody. For me, switch off. It was painful. You were going in your career and then you just collapse. Bam. I didn't make, if they made contact, you should have had it in that same Oputa panel that we made contact and they said it wasn't coming. I don't know. I didn't know. I knew about this Oputa panel 12 years after that when a friend sent me a clip of when a pressman was trying to kill me in one day. He said, no, Bumba Galadima is alive. He's a popular politician now. He said, no. I was there. I was in Frank's place. It's not. If Frank were still around, we will not be where we are. The Bumba Galadima. So I'm quoting him because he's in a video. So, you know, once you start opening one type of thing, YouTube and everything, then other similar things begin to come for you.
Okay, Colonel. I'm sure there are several things we want to unpack from the Oputa panel. Several of the actors back then spoke at the Oputa panel, and yes, you remained an individual that did not speak, and we have the opportunity to hear from you right now. Before linking that, before going into that panel, you've been involved with several high-profile investigations. We're still going back to these coups and counter coups, or whether you call it phantom or not phantom. You were involved in several high-profile investigations as a strategic player in Nigeria.
Yes.
I mean, can you just name a few of them, and which ones were those ones that you could highlight and give us an idea of what transpired?
Those that had to do with coups,
briefly, sir.
or those that had to that they don't have to do with coups, because I can start straight away by saying the Idiagbon Buhari regime. We handled the investigation. We were divided into 6 teams headed by AIG Gwaruzo then. My boss then, Colonel Odiase, was the director of administration. Adamu Bello, or Bello Adamu, I think is late now, was the director of operation. I headed Team C. 2 police commissioners headed Team A and something.
Okay.
I knew 3 things were done. I headed it, and I handled from north to south to Maiduguri. I went to court because we did investigation, and you will never hear anything that we threatened anybody. That was 1. 2. Now, if we have to push it back now, the other one was the Bello Fadile. What's his name? Bello Fadile, the Obasanjo coup. The Bello Fadile and the Yaradua. That one was another one that Mr. Ajibade just spoken about now. Said. So I took part in that, in the investigation. Then, let's make it just the only 3 now. The last one was the coup of General Dia and General Bamayi. The Bamayi Dia coup is the 3rd one.
So, Colonel, you now frame it as General Bamayi Dia coup, but what is publicly known is General Dia coup. At that point, you were very much involved in the interrogation of the actors that carried out that coup. Particularly or specifically, you had to interrogate the Chief of Army Staff then, that's General Bamayi, at some point. And at a point, it was said at the Oputa panel by General Sabo that General Bamayi stormed out of that interrogation room where you interrogated him, and he said that you were an embarrassment to the military. What transpired? What transpired in your interrogation of him, the Chief of Army Staff? Because many people believe that he was not involved.
Adeolu, one of the victims of the Dia coup,
yes,
he's been raising his hands here. Patrick Manaulu. Okay.
Mr. Kunle, we already indicated prior to this session that questions can only be sent in the chat. The participants won't be able to interact with the guest. It's a ground rule that has already been set. So you can convey his question on his behalf, please.
No,
please respond quickly.
He's here. I think he's hearing you.
So he can type in his question on the chat box.
Okay.
So Colonel, please respond quickly so that we can manage time.
So what happened? You said after this thing. No, let me put it this way. There are so many things that we won't have time to discuss. So let us just cut it short. When I was designated by General Abdul Salam at that time, the Chief of Defense Staff. He designated me to be the chief investigator of that coup. And then General Chris Galba was the chairman. That's overall. He was the chairman. You know, there during coup investigations, Ajibade, my friend, you were there in one. You have the lower panel and the upper panel. In your own, we were at the lower panel. I was in the lower panel. We were downstairs, if you remember. So you people, after that, they took you to upper panel or whatever. So the same thing happened this time, just that this time, I was made, which normally you don't make, the commander to head that at that level of coup. But because of the people involved, you are talking about Chief of General Staff, Chief of General Staff and Chief of Army Staff. So it has to be for respect and everything, for prestige. So my office in Lagos, the security group, literally transferred to Jos. But let's get back to the question. So while all these things were going on, maybe you people don't know, because I've said the Nigerian press are not inquisitive. They don't want to smell anything. Like some of them, once you fly brown envelope, you tell them what to write. I know some. Okay? You people, I think you have changed now. You have improved with the internet and everything, but it has to be improved more. So when this thing started, General Obama, he said, General Aziza told him, Aziza is dead, may she rest in peace. They said, Aziza said, General Obama, he told him. He said, okay, I'm not interested in that. But Dia said, General Obama, he told him. No, General Obama, he said, no, Dia told him. Are you getting the intricacy there? And these are top men. So you got to a stage. I was handling that investigation then. You got to a stage, I said, no, we can't go this way. And I met General Chris Garba, who was the chairman. I said, sir, we can't continue this way. Sir, I don't think I will even sign this, my report, to even go up to upper panel. Please, I'm going to give you the detail here, so have a patience. Have some patience. I said, this cannot be. He said, why? I said, sir, no, sir, I've spoken, but I have to talk to the chief of army staff. He said, no, but he told the CNC. He told the CNC, he reported it. I said, I agree, sir. General Chris Garba is alive, okay? He's in, I think he's in Abuja or somewhere. I said, yes, sir, I agree with you, sir, but no, sir. That's not investigation to me. But he told the CNC is the problem. I'm an investigator. I want to finish and sleep. So we were arguing what to do. I said, sir, besides, I am a Catholic. And I don't want tomorrow my report will be criticized that somebody was shot dead because of my mistake or because of my not finishing the report or not investigating like I'm accusing you of this thing. So I said, no, sir, I will. So he said, then the DMI came. You know, it was late in night, about around 1 a.m. because we were investigating this thing. So the DMI came and he said, he said, Alaji, look, there's confusion here. Frank is saying this, but he thinks that. So my boss said, yes, Frank, I was inside it. He told the CNC. I said, sir, that is between you and the CNC. You are not investigating this case, sir. I will sign the report. I told my boss, I'm that way in life. Every person will tell you. Those who schooled with me will know that I say what I want to say. You can't stop it. I rather take the blame that I insulted the big man than that I cowed. So I said, sir, no, sir, the report, I will sign it. And the way it is, I will not sign the report. So the DMI said, just hold it. So he just stepped aside from us and called. Apparently, he called Asolok. He called Mustafa. And he said, find out this. So Mustafa went to find out and then came back almost immediately. He says, they spoke. I don't know what they said. So he said, yes, the CC we want to see Frank. I said, but I wasn't going to see the CC. I want to see the chief of army staff. Yeah. He said no, because he told him that they can't invite him. That's Colonel Chris Galba, because the CC. I said, okay. So the next day I went to see the CNC. I was taken to the CNC's office. Before I had been going there, you know, the open door, the man is waiting for you down there. This day I went in there. What's this noise?
Go ahead, sir. Just make it brief. Don't worry, I will handle it. Go ahead.
Somebody, I think, except for those who are talking, I think you should mute everybody.
Go ahead, yes. Go ahead, Colonel. Go ahead.
Because I couldn't. Okay, I'm sorry. So
just make it brief, sir.
Yes, but my name is Briefcase now. Just wait. Let me follow it. So when I got there, quite unlike the previous times I've been permitted to see the head of state, as Hamza was opening the door, look at the CNC in front of me almost. The first thing he told me was that he told me, Kai, can you imagine? I've not even gotten into the office. So they shut the door after me. He said, he told me. I didn't talk. I was just trying to get his eyes, you know. He said, I said, okay, sir, he told you. I didn't come here because he told you he didn't tell you, sir. I came here to request that he come to see me. But since you have started, sir, when did he tell you? He swore, they said something in Hausa, he said, a good Hausa. He said, Ina Hamza. That's exactly what Oga said. He said, Ina Hamza. He said, when that thing, what day did he say it? Did he tell me? So Hamza went in, they record everything, you know, everything, even if you cough, is recorded at the time you coughed. So he came, he says, sir, it's so date. He said, you see, I told you, he told me. I said, okay, sir, if he told you this date, you would have died 7 times. You would have been killed 7 times before he said, what do I mean? I said, sir, because amongst them, they say, Bama told you, Dia told you. I said, sir, give it one week before then. Then before he told you, it was another week on top and plus. So, sir, let's now calculate it. Why didn't he tell you? I asked him, sir, does he have access to you, direct access to you? He said, yes. The CNC. That was why Sabo said in Oputa panel that even the CNC was interrogated. I don't like the word interrogation because it's not too bad, but I prefer to say I questioned him or I investigated him. Yeah, because when you say interrogation, at times people who don't understand intelligent parlance will use it. For those of us, I don't want to use it often. Well, anyway, so when he saw what happened, I saw a change. He said, okay, Hamza. No, he said, when do you want to see him? I said, tomorrow, sir. He said, Hamza, get the chief to see them tomorrow. Then I looked up. I said, no, sir, today. Because it was mid after going to 1. I said, no, sir, today. He said, get them to see. He said, timing. I said, no, sir, anytime. But that I'm leaving Abuja now. I'm driving back to Jos. I wasn't waiting for a plane. So I can go and prepare. Good. So when the chief came, please remember Mr. Ajibade, that during your own investigation, the chief of army staff too was investigated. That chief of army staff that time, General Kazil, I don't know whether you will remember. Yes, good. So if you remember, that one, quickly, because when we got there, no person wanted to ask that question. And then I asked him the similar question I will ask now. I asked him, and every person said, you are finished. They will finish you in the army. Because the man finished up and said, who is that person? They say he's an army officer. I was a mufti. I was in civilian dress. So, hey, they say you are finished. I said, I don't care. I have to seek the truth. Truth, not the truth. Oh. Truth is the only prayer that God hears. I'm telling you, to me, in my brain, and I'm a Catholic, is the only prayer. Once you are honest, forget every other thing. So, the same question. So, when they came, again, General Chris Garba, they converted our own Mashemba in Jos. That's our own, where we talk to people. We converted. It was converted to receive the upper panel and the lower panel at the same time to talk to this man. Because before then, no, we will not stop this. Just listen. Before then, 2 nights before this, I had asked General Dia just to make sure the things work. I said, General Dia, General Adisa, and General this man. I said, sir, this is the last opportunity. If I sign this report, if they kill you people, I will sleep because I've tried to get information. So I said, sir, Corner. Where is, I asked General Dia, I said, where is Sabo?
Corner, sir, you can just try and tidy up that response.
Okay.
Just make it brief.
Okay, leave it. So when the chief came, and no person wanted to ask question again in detail, they were just say, okay, sir. So it's okay. You can say, no, sir, I have a question. I said, sir, I asked the chief straight. I said, when did you tell the CNC this thing? He said he told him. I said, no, sir, when did you tell him?
Okay.
So I asked him, how long does it take a coup to happen, to take place? So if you didn't tell him this thing, you visited Abuja 7 times. And you slept 2 times, and you visited other places in Abuja. You didn't tell the CNC over almost 3 weeks. Why didn't you tell him? Only on the ending that you told him. That was when you could see he was mad. All of them with General Magashik, they were mad.
In your own estimation,
yes.
I mean, what was your conclusion of that interaction?
No, because there were 2 coups actually. People have never been able to do that, and our investigative journalists refused to see it. There were 2 coups. There were 2 coups going on. The first coup was the one that he answered correctly when even they asked him, have you spoken to the GOCs? He says yes. So there are the GOCs. The General Bagashi was mad at me, cursing me that day, So that coup was going on, but because should anything happen, we have to have a fallback. So he informed Dia, who informed or General who informed what is his name? Ogadisa. If you remember in this your put up you are talking about, what did I decide? I said, who told you? He says this man. And it was only 8 days though. After that, they carried me because it was a message. They just wanted, should anything happen, to say this is it.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. I mean, to all the participants, I dare say that this is the first of this several of this series that we would unpack. We can't unpack all of this at this session, and so do I say this is Oputa panel 3 or so? So Mr. Dapo, please go ahead and let's have more questions for him. Sorry, let me unmute you.
I can't hear you.
All right, yes.
No, he's back. He's back. Please go ahead.
So, quite frankly, on a day like this, it's practically impossible trying to compress so many. This is almost half a quarter of a century of events that we are discussing. So, the anxiety to talk so much. Frank, I think there will be time for you to write a memoir, and you will really have to lay a whole lot of this. So, for my colleagues, I just think we should just, hit very important points that, we think can help move this a little bit. For one, I think you are in a position where you can help give some sense, some kind of understanding.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I guess it's a network from his end. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
The mic is on mute.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you now.
Okay. So I just want to say that, Frank, one thing that is very clear from a lot of things that have been written, and I know that you have your reservation about journalism. Forget it. There's bad journalism, there's good journalism, as there's rotten military and indeed decent people in the military. Every profession, every institution in this country has its balance. So let's not just be vainglorious about this. I think one thing that's emerged over time is that your stay at, military intelligence has been written out up to this point as, a whole record of extreme torture and brutality. That is something, and there are evidences from people who have gone through, and it's been published. So you can respond to that in good time. So this is not flippant. These are things that we have. And I thought that perhaps you want to give. I will raise a few of.
Good. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
General.
I can't hear you.
What can I do about that now?
I didn't hear you.
Okay, hold on, Colonel.
I mean, why is it that only you can hear me?
No, others are not hearing you. I can't hear you.
So we can hear you now. I think
I can hear you now.
The connection is better now from your end. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that, there is enough commentary, that your stay, both at the security group, generally in military intelligence, that you really establish a culture of extreme torture in the way you interface with people who have come before you. And I don't want to take, and you understand what I'm talking about, we'll speak about that later, about our own personal relationship. But if you will take the case of people like General Yaradua, for instance,
Good.
The warders and the doctors from Kirikiri relating to the case of Ajidua. I mean, the case of
who is Ajidua?
well established.
Who is Ajidua?
You will know Ajidua, Frank. Ajidua was, it's the business guy. You remember?
No, I know the name, but he was never handled by us. How can Ajidua be handled during Obasanjo their coup, or Obasanjo Bello Fadile? No.
We're not talking of coups alone. There were
no, you said Yaradua. You said Yaradua. Because Yaradua, it has to do with that coup.
No, that's what I'm saying. Don't let us narrow this thing as if we're just talking about coup. But if you want to even talk about Yaradua as an illustration,
no, I don't want to talk. You are talking. You just ask me the question.
Hold on, Colonel. Hold on, Colonel. Let the question land. Then you will respond.
I'm waiting for the question. Yes.
But it's trying to destabilize the question now. So,
no, I'm sorry.
Colonel, just be patient. Colonel, be patient. Okay, so please just land.
Okay, I will use just one case, Yaradua, to help establish a culture of torture, and extreme brutality that has been ascribed to you. Good. If you're just trying to get question. And also, please make the point not to overstate that we are acting on instructions and so on.
No,
these are higher orders. We all understand the framework from the Nuremberg trial. You can.
Let me give you straight. Let me give you straight. Yaradua, have you finished? I can't hear you.
Okay, it's done. Please just respond very briefly.
Good. Yaradua, may so rest in peace. If you are alive, he will tell you. I had a code with him, but I won't go into that now. Yaradua was handled like Mr. Kunle Ajibade. That is, it was a panel, people sitting down, and he was asked. In any case, in fact, he told me certain things. One instant there's a break, he smokes a lot, and then I get some cigarette for him, and we are talking. Yeah? Yaradua, I asked him, because Yaradua, that prison people you are talking, I took him to the prison in an ambulance, because I said they cannot go. Himself and the General Olusegun Obasanjo, I took them there. People, it's against the law, if anything happens, I say, go to hell. I will take them there. So Yaradua, even in that prison, the bed he got in the middle and everything with the tent, the mosquito net, it was my insistence that they gave it to him there. Yaradua was like a friend inside there. He's a senior friend inside during the investigation. Because each time he comes, he will say, are we going to play? I say, yes, we are going to play. I will not explain what that means. But then we will now go on. If Yaradua was touched, it was not our team. No person touched anybody. In my team, they watch you. Mr. Ajibade, we look at you. We don't come near the person. There's a table between us. In our team, we talk to you. We interview you. We try to use every means to get you to talk or anything. But we don't come near you. We don't come near you. So Yaradua was not touched by Frank or any person that I know of. Yaradua was, his only regret, and I will repeat, and I will say it now here, is that he said, Frank, I said, have you seen that my mates are still in the army? I said, yes, but you are lucky now. They gave you this. He said, that is the worst thing. He was not happy that he was, he was promoted and become that. At least that was the impression. He left with us. And then after that, he said, if only, look, that it. So I said, but you went into politics, you began to be good. He said, no.
Okay.
Anyway, go on. After that,
Colonel, if the opportunity comes, let me add very briefly to what he just said. In terms of brutality, will you consider yourself an individual that was very much engaged in physical or emotional brutality during interrogation?
There was no physical contact.
Okay.
No physical contact. That's why I'm wondering that. That's why I said the press. They didn't even talk to the man. Okay, you should have mentioned the name. You should have
Did you
mentioned
give
the
orders?
name.
Did you give orders for people to be brutalized?
How can I give orders when I was not in charge of that one? And we don't give orders in that. I wasn't in charge of that investigation. Colonel was on top of me, so I can't give orders. How can I give orders in what is not my investigation?
Colonel, a question related to this. One of the principles, and it's coming from Azu Ezekwene, one of the principles of the Nuremberg Tribunal is that you cannot claim innocence for carrying out a deadly instruction. Is Colonel Frank?
I didn't do what is
I'm coming. Colonel, hold on. Is Colonel Omenka suggesting is not culpable because he was carrying out orders?
I didn't receive any orders to torture people.
Did you give orders, however?
I didn't give orders to torture people. My people in security group that are commanded, you should find out now. Officers are there, men are there. Why is it that it's let me tell you why my name got to the point it got, because you people were talking. Because I exposed the coup.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I exposed the coup, and money passed around, we were told, because I said Bama, you planned the coup. So they took it up on my seat. Everything started old and new. Everything is frank. But I can't remain there. Like I said, I will live for the truth. I wasn't involved.
So I'll allow Kunle to speak. Yes, please. Okay,
I can't hear him.
Hold on. Okay. You can unmute yourself now. Unmute yourself.
I can't hear him.
No, hold on. He will speak now. I've unmuted him.
But he's still mute.
He needs to unmute himself.
Tell him. I don't know how you do that.
No, he will. Okay, he's done that. Right. Okay, good.
Yeah. I think the basic question that Dapo was trying to get at was, what is the point of an investigation, whether by the military or civilian, if it is not to establish the truth? All right. Good. And as a follow-up to that, you keep talking about the Dia coup. There was the Lawan Gwadabe Obasanjo Yaradua coup, which everybody describes appropriately as phantom, because you were not able to establish any truth of that coup. There was no coup. You know it.
No.
Right? In spite of all the hooliganism at the panel, there was no coup. Okay? So what is the point of your investigation if there was no coup and you still recommended people to be tried, and many of them got, they were condemned and got, life imprisonment? Yes. It was what you did that led to the death in Abakaliki prison of General Yaradua, whom you are describing as your friend now. Yes. It was what you did that led to the death of Colonel Ajayi, who met you in Kirikiri prison when you took us there in the truck. If you couldn't look at all your fellow officers in the eye, you couldn't.
I never knew you were a psychologist too.
What I'm trying to say is that I don't want us to live here without you showing a sense of remorse.
Go for it. There was nothing for remorse.
33 years.
Let us finish. You have finished. Let me
all of this.
Colonel, hold on.
Let me give it before I forget.
Colonel, please, before you speak, I want to appeal. Allow the questions asked to be concluded. Let them land before your interjections, please.
Thank you.
So go ahead, sir.
You've had close to 33 years to reflect on all of this. And I was expecting some kind of remorse, I mean, we are all human beings. You could make mistakes. You could make mistakes. You made mistakes. Admit the mistakes you made. Admit where you were right. I mean, because Adeolu wanted you to show some investigation that you did, that were really some modicum of, perfection, okay? But there were also investigations that you did that didn't just make any sense at all.
Okay.
Very good.
Have you finished?
So, Colonel, you can respond very briefly.
Yes, let me start with the one saying that there was no coup. Please, Bello Fadile came out from wherever he was and wrote a book, and he was verily interviewed in both Arise and Channel. I saw here because I received the clips after. Bello Fadile, what did he say when they asked him there in Arise and Channel? There was a coup. There was a coup. So all this thing you are saying, it has crusted in you people now that just to keep on hammering the thing that there was no coup. There was a coup. Now let me tell you why there was a coup there. General Kazil, I will explain this one, and please let me explain it fully because it didn't come out. General Kazil, who was the GOC one div, he later became the chief of army staff. The coup started when he was GOC one div. Bello Fadile went to Kaduna to recruit people like our man, or Lorun Toba, who is a Ibale somewhere now. I think he's a chief in the town there. Bello Fadile went to Kaduna to do recruiting. Bello Fadile went and spoke to General Kazil, who was a GOC. So General Kazil said, my friend, what are you talking? You can't do that. I will report you to your boss. Return back. His boss then was Gumel at the DIA. Listen, because people talk when they don't have facts. So the question I asked General Gumel, no, not General, both General Gumel and General when they became both chiefs, was that. So if he told you that he was planning a coup, why did you seize him that time? That would have led to this man leaving office. That's the chief of army staff then. So don't come and say there was no coup. You think there was no coup and the government will waste so much money there and people and you and me, all of us will be there wasting our time? There was a, and Bello Fadile said there was a coup. He said he was liaising between Obasanjo and Yaradua. To do what? He said if you were there, listen, if you were there, Shoneko would not have been removed. I saw that book. I didn't read the whole book. I saw except, but I saw his interview. Bello Fadile said he was the one on top. He said there was a coup. So the newspaper, the man asked him, so, but would you say, he said, yes, I was liaising. What are you liaising with two big officers for? To prevent Abacha from succeeding himself. It was clear there was coup. There was a coup and there will remain a coup in that. Maybe you don't want to believe it because you received it from the other end. In any case, what brought you to the coup, Chef? I don't know.
Yeah, you have.
Oh, you don't know? You investigated me?
No, I don't know what brought. No, I investigated you, but I mean, how could you have come into such a thing? That's what I mean. I don't know. That I don't say that I didn't. We didn't talk. I spoke with you. In fact, when I saw this thing, I said, I know this face, Chef. I know this face, but I can't remember this face in my office. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So there was a coup. There was no phantom coup.
Colonel. Oh, go ahead. Oh, yeah.
No, I think Idris should be given a shot.
Okay.
Question. Idris, can you hear?
Idris, please unmute yourself.
I'm trying to speak. Okay. Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Colonel Omenka. Just two quick questions from me. One regarding your insistence that your findings show that there was a coup in 1995 that you called the Obasanjo coup and your explanations to it. But you are then also saying that you couldn't remember somebody like Kunle Ajibade, who your panel investigated and recommended that he be tried for his involvement in the coup. So it brings to question the level of investigation you actually did. If one of the persons your panel indicted for being involved in the coup, you cannot even remember his name or where you met him. You virtually almost destroyed his life and yet you can't even remember his name. I think that's enough, in my view, means that you even owe him an apology for making a journalist who was not a military man and indicting him for being a part of a coup that you cannot even remember his name or whatever his role was. That's one. Secondly, size. Apart from human rights abuses, one of the things the Abacha government that you served is notorious for was the kleptocracy, the theft of public funds. And you, when you were speaking earlier about one of the relatives of the former first lady that you arrested, and Abacha said, let him go and return the money, Frank will release him. You tried to paint a picture of a military ruler that was averse to corruption. Tell us your own view of who Abacha was in terms of corruption and why you were happy to serve under a government, and what, if you ever had any discussion with him about that.
Good. So let me start with Ajibade own. I saw it. I know this face. No, but he wasn't detained in my office. I can't remember whether he was detained in my office. So I recognized him. I didn't shy away. I recognized him.
I was in security group after the tribunal judgment with.
I wasn't the commander. I wasn't the commander.
No. Just hold it. Just a minute. With Dr. Beko Ransom Kuti and Chris Anyang.
Yes.
Okay. You just took over. You took over from Colonel Olu. All right. And I remember that each morning you came to the office with your flask and your pipe. Okay?
Very good.
All right? So yes, I was in the security group. And yes. I'm also aware, Colonel Omenka, that many people who were detained in the underground cell in security group were treated like animals under you.
Okay, no. If they were detained there, it wasn't under me. But let me clear your head now. There was no person in that place you people call underground. Because before I took over, Olu took me around. He has to hand over people to me, even detainees. He has to hand over. So I went there. There was this farmer me something that I've just discovered the name. Farmer me or whatever was his name, of one of the dead newspapers now. So I asked Olu, and the man is alive. When the man left the security group, he said, this thing they are talking, what they're saying about Colonel Frank, that it is wrong. That Frank is not as bad as he's being painted. He said it's in one of these magazines, either Source or even you are I think you are or Newswatch. All those I don't remember these things. He said that Frank is not as bad, so only him was there. And I asked Olu, I didn't know even that it will come up in life. So I asked Olu, what's this man doing here? He said he's they border something. They went to border. I said, but to release him, sir, before I hand over. But I don't want. He said no, he can't. So the man was still there. He said, people, that makes me ashamed of people who talk this way. Only one man was there and he's alive, and he came out and spoke. Trace him again and say how many people were there with him. Please, you see, you people talk, you just exaggerate and make people look as if it can't be contested. Ask that farmer me, whatever is his name. He's there. His name is in the Nigerian newspapers that he was there. Ask him how many people were there with him. Only him that I saw. I took over. Only him. I took over.
Your name, Colonel Omenka. Yes. Your name appears in the reports of the Oputa panel. Yes. For in about 20 for over 20 times.
Yes.
And many of these people came to the Oputa panel to talk about some of these things.
I wish.
Right?
Okay.
Right? Go and read the report.
Go on now.
Read the
Listen.
report.
That things you are saying.
You fail to appear before the report. Some of them accuse you of maltreating them, putting them inside this cell that we are talking about.
There's no person ever. You didn't go before the Oputa panel.
You were there. You didn't go before the Oputa panel to exonerate yourself.
Oputa panel has become what?
I
wasn't in the country, but my boss went there.
We can't do back and forth.
Thank you, Colonel.
No, this man is pain. This man is pain. He has pains. I don't know why. I didn't torture him. I didn't hold him. I didn't do anything. He's saying, were you there? I received one man. I've told you his name. Go and find him and ask him how many were there with him.
Colonel, hold on. Colonel, hold on. You will still respond to a part of what Idris asked about the kleptocracy. But within the context of all what has been asked, you have been tagged as an harasser. You harass your the people you investigate, you intimidate them, you have a gangster approach. Colonel, based on all what has been said, are there regrets?
What regret when everything he said is not me? How can I regret what is not me? I know me. Okay, when you are talking about press, ask Chris Anyanwu when she came, she was making us crying and doing something that time. And what did I tell her? If she says, I said, Madam, please sit down, leave this. He said, you better can't, the colonel there disturb. I said, Madam, please sit down. So she started crying. I said, okay. If you cry blood, listen, ask her. She said, I said, if you cry blood, self, these are the hard words that they can't get used to. I said, even if you cry, just let me finish, please. I said, if you cry blood, I will assume that you are menstruating from the wrong ends. He sat down immediately. Then the word was hard, but just to calm her down to listen and let's do our job. I said, if you cry blood, I would think you are menstruating from the wrong ends.
Simply put,
did I touch her? Did I buy tampons for her? No, but it's a way to get somebody to talk.
Colonel Omenka, simply put, yes. Your approach to investigation, you believe is the right approach and there are no regrets in any form and manner.
There are no forms of the approach to interrogation. It is depending on the condition.
All right. So
yes. And the ones I did, I didn't touch any person. I didn't touch. I mean, touch self. You stay in front. There's this boy, Olusegun Adeniyi. He's a pressman like you people. When I took over security group, I think he had been invited before I took over. But they came. I told him. In fact, I looked at him. I said, such a small boy. He put it in his own report. Small boy. And you don't. He said, no. I said, go and read. He said, I finished the university something. He came there because he was accused of being a courier from one Adebayo group or something. He was a courier. I said, don't do this. This is not good. When he left, what did he do? What did he do when he wrote a book? If I were that hostile to him, he's making it up now. Because once they come out, they begin to just to gain him, to sell paper. He said, he came to my house to drop his book. He signed it. I wasn't there. I was in the church. He called me. He's out. You people follow it in the news. He called me. Yes. So these things, you have to. People are mad. Yes, people are mad because they suffered. So they will now find a place to put it. You don't deposit on. You don't deposit it on the wrong place. I'm a professional. I was clean. I don't want to disturb
Idris already asked about the regime of General Abacha synonymous with kleptocracy, and you were involved with that regime.
I was involved with that regime for 2 years.
So, I mean, how do you reconcile that? You try to paint the general as someone that wasn't kleptocratic, but then the regime was synonymous with kleptocracy.
Good. I painted him the way I painted him in regards to what I told him that I will do. That he should not disturb my investigations. Once the investigation starts, I will carry your wife down, but I cannot carry you, sir. So I didn't know about kleptocracy or not. I just came back and I worked, and then he died. I wasn't interested in that. I said, sir, in my brain, he respected that unwritten agreement between us. Let me do my job. You are putting me in a place. I don't want interference. I didn't say so to him, but I said, sir, the only person I can carry in this army, in this country, is you. But from your wife down, I will carry them for every offense. So that he kept it. I wasn't looking at whether they stole money. I wasn't looking at morals. I was looking at agreement, that he kept the agreement.
Okay. So if
Colonel,
I'll just jump in a little bit. Frank, I mean, it's obvious that
I can't hear you. I can't hear.
Frank, why they hear me? Why is it that only me never able to hear?
Maybe, I don't know. You must be, I don't know.
We can hear you now. We can hear you now.
I hear you now. You must be speaking, you know, Okun English or Yoruba.
We can hear you.
Okay.
I hear you now.
Okay. So, Frank, I mean, I know that you have a very, you know, free-wheeling style, you know.
Free what?
The truth about, no, the truth about the administration or the regime, actually, rather than administration that you served, was an extremely brutal one, which has the record perhaps of the worst human rights violation in the history of the country, or at least of military rule. And you were so central, you know, because you keep showing up because of that face. It is nice to hear that you are saying that, you know, you didn't do any of such bad things. But as we look at it now, more than a quarter of a century going, and you have been in exile. You said, perhaps you say it's not exile, you just went away. What has your own reflection of that regime and how it has affected the history of, you know, our country, and how your name fits into all that mix?
Yes, thank you. I looked me, now you're saying me, yeah? So we are not going to go outside me. As far as I was concerned, I did my job to the best of my ability, me, Frank, because you say me. And I've been going through my head where I could have made mistakes or whatever. And I'm unable to find one. I say professionally, I did my job from the training I received and from the way I went there. Now, Abacha was there before I came in. No? Abacha took over from Sonekon and General Babangida. So they were there. I was outside all this time. In fact, when General Babangida was in power too, I wasn't even in Nigeria. He met us in Equatorial Guinea when he visited. So I was in Equatorial Guinea then. So from there, I moved to Brazil to do my staff college. I did 2 staff colleges in Brazil, so I stayed much longer in Brazil. So I came in 94, you know, and then I went to school like I said. So I can't be that notorious. It's just that the time of Abacha's own, especially towards the coup area, many people were already annoyed with the system, and then they thought Nduka was saying something that he was locked. Nduka or Baibena, that he was in my office, everything. Nduka was in my office. I've gathered from officers that were there before, not in my office, it was before me. Under me, I was asked to pick him, and I sent people to say, just ask him to come. He didn't enter my office because I said you should not enter the office, because if he enters, people will see him. I was making peace with the press that time, as pressmen, both in Vanguard, Guardian, and something. I was making peace. I said we should stop disturbing the press. I was giving them examples. I gave them one question. They didn't answer on time, and I still leave it. I said, you are reporting on defense matters, yes. So what is the notice? In my office, all of them, I called them. I said, anything you want to do, let us know, so that, because it will come to this office, and we will, you know, we say, yeah, we are aware of it. So they stop disturbing you people. I even had function with them, both in my house and at the beach. Pressmen. So I followed this thing professionally. Those who knew me at school too, we know that I'm hard. In terms of, I don't accept, you know, indiscipline. No, I can't. Things must be done if it is law. Other than that, forget it. So there is no way I will close my eye every day and say, no, I didn't do my job well. No, I did my job well. Very, very, very well. Very, 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 very well. The way you people are putting it, okay, people said, where do I come into that people said? I've just asked you, we didn't come near you. Chris Anyanwe, she has never spoken anything, but I'm giving an example. What I told her, and she sat down. If you hear it now, is horrible. How can you tell a woman if she's menstruating is coming from the... That was the tactics to get her to relax. And she sat down immediately herself. And they carried on with the investigation. And I was outside. I didn't even join it. So I do not see myself that I will say I made that is I supported the evil. No, I didn't support evil. No person should support evil. No person should support evil. You were detained in the office, in my office, Mr. Ajibade. No, you didn't. You were not detained. The sentence had been passed, and you people were taken to security group. Under ONU, then I took over. The same thing continued. Did I even disturb you? Because I didn't see you often. So that's this man saying that I forgot you. Now I couldn't have forgotten, but I know this face. So we did. I didn't. Maybe they would think they did. What I followed was I was a professional, and I still say it. I think I consider myself a serious professional in terms of my job.
Okay. So why are you still on the wrong now? Why are you still on the wrong?
Okay, good. Mr. Ajibade, they must have touched you very, very. This thing must have touched you very, very bad, and I sympathize with you. Mr. Ajibade, I am not on the run. If I'm on the run, my country will have asked for me. They know where I am.
No, not necessarily.
Okay. Let me continue. I'm not on the run simply, and I'm happy you are asking this question so I can use it to educate us. I have no house in Nigeria. I have no money. All these things people talk because Mr. Idris was saying about kleptocracy. I had no money. I had no house. I had nothing in Nigeria. I didn't have money to even pack. Do you know if they packed all my things out to wherever? I don't know where any of my things are in Nigeria. They threw them away or something. That's a business. So I have no house. I have no place. What am I going to do in a place where I have no house? My brothers have died. They began to. I have no house. If I had a house safe to stay in, I would have been in Nigeria. I would have joined the Oputa panel. If I were in the Oputa panel, the DMI staff wouldn't have been talking as they're talking on bombs and everything. Colonel, we would have brought it up.
Colonel, it would be difficult for an observer listening to you now to reconcile what you just said with the positions you held.
Yes.
So when you say you had no house, you had nothing in Nigeria, it's difficult to connect that.
Okay, I tell you. Have you finished?
Yes, please.
Okay, please, Mr. Ajibade, listen very carefully because I truly sympathize with you. I know the trauma you would have gone through. Please, that we owe you the system, everybody. But the fact is this: when we were in the job, 3 times, and I will give you the names that are still alive. You can confirm from 3 times was I offered to become an administrator. 3 times I will give you the 3 names so you can go and find out from them now. I refused. May so rest in peace. Elegbede, my oga, he said, you are just, I said, no, sir. So I give you the 3 names quickly so we don't waste time. Ihejirika, the chief of army staff, please ask him. Ask him, when we were majors, I was called to be made a governor, a military administrator. I said, I don't want to. I want military postings. People who know me will know that I want to. My dream then was to be the adjutant in NDA, and later, if God wills, to be the battalion commander in NDA and something. Just to do the job, train people. So they offered me, I said no. So, but they insisted. So they said, okay, let him nominate an officer. Ihejirika is alive. Ihejirika is my neighbor. Please listen to this one. My neighbor, opposite me, where he was in flat 17, I was in flat 18. So I didn't know who to nominate. I said, but no need. If I nominate somebody, you go enter trouble now. They will say, nah, let me push and go there. Okay, I said, okay. So I went to him, I spoke with him. I said, please consider this. Look, madam, but you are not, just go there, do your job, forget me. Ihejirika is alive for Ihejirika. So he's the chief of army staff, so you can't miss him. Please, Kule, go and find out this exactly. So,
Colonel, you just said that you had no money by the time you left Nigeria.
Yes.
So who is funding you? Who is funding you in Brazil
now? Let me finish. I said, let me tell you what. I said, let me finish as what brought me here and how I've been surviving. So please wait. I know your anger, but it can be tempered now, just for some time. Keep it. So I took Ihejirika to the place and said, this one is the person, to my boss, actually. So they spoke, and my boss said, okay, he should go. He was going to take it up. He took it up. The Air Force said no, Air Force, because it was an Air Force slot. But because they mentioned Frank, they said, okay, and they were directed to leave Frank to go there. Because so they said, no, if it's not Frank, ask Ihejirika again, no, if it is not Frank, they were going to, no, Air Force was going to take the slot back. Okay, that's the second, the first one, but it happened. So the next one, you people know him. Every person knows him in the country. Prince Arthur Eze. You know him. I know all of you know him, or you are, especially the pressmen here. They went and met General Babangida that time before I went for Equatorial Guinea. In fact, that was the month I was to leave for Equatorial Guinea for something. And so they sent for me. My Oga didn't even know where I came from. I didn't know, he didn't know. He said, are you Igbo? I said, why, sir? He said, because they want you in Anambra House, the liaison office. So listen, so I said, okay, sir, but okay, sir, I will go, even though I'm in uniform. From there, I will go to the Equatorial Guinea embassy and drop my the card I had to give them, the letter. So I went there, and that was said, thank God I've come. They came with our big men, big men, the biggest men in the area, and they matched me. I said, every person. I didn't know most of them because I didn't grow up at home anyway. But I said, this is the chief, this is the king, this one that have come, that have secured this thing. All it needs is for me to say yes. Arthur Eze is alive, so don't say you didn't hear that. You are talking about money. I saw money, but it wasn't important. What was important was the job. So I moved there. After they spoke, I said, no, you see the letter. You see me in uniform. I normally don't wear uniform because I'm going to an embassy to drop this in. I've been that I'm going to be a deputy defense advisor. They say, I said, no, I will have to, this is, good. So after they were mad and they were annoyed now that they thought it could work and went back. So the third one, okay, if you don't want the third one, so go and ask these two people. Okay. Go and ask them. I didn't go. And then let me answer his question about how am I surviving. Yes, let me answer that. I hope I can because you are making hand for me to stop.
Over 25
so years. How am I surviving? Yeah. I've had to do odd jobs, one. But first, my friends assisted. I had friends at home who help me by once in a while they send something, but friends get tired. They have their problems. They have their families too. So initially, I survived from that, but I did some odd jobs. I lectured here. I'm not that daft too in school too. I did some lecturing here. I think I saw even in one newspaper or something that I was lecturing. But I saw even the same newspaper that I had a ranch here. I had horses. I had that. I said, you see, wishful thinking and evil wishful thinking. Up till today, some people there will talk to you. Some of you will talk to yourselves. I have nothing. Nothing. Friends have been supporting me. Childhood friends, classmates. They have been supporting me, and up till now I've been doing once in a while something happens, you go some conferences, they invite you and you participate here. Some university issues you want to they do, those that already knew you there, you go and participate. I gave lectures here for about 6-8 months. I said, no, I don't want to do this. It was too far from my place, transport to come back, the security too. So I survived by sheer grit, and God knows what I'm telling you. Okay, can you believe me? If you don't believe me, pray for me to be punished.
Okay. No, we are not in the business of doing that anyway.
Good.
So this is how I've survived till today. That's why I can't even show anything.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So, now earlier on, Dapo wanted you to reflect on the security, particularly the security, apparatus of the time, and other things, related to it. As a follow-up, I would like to ask you, what do you think of the EC passage for people who commit crimes without punishment in our nation.
Please repeat this question and look at me, because you look down, look up. I want to get the question, and I will answer you, please.
The easy passage that people always are people who have committed crime but are not punished.
Okay.
Yeah. Felix Mujakbero, who was the chairman of the investigation panel, is.
I can't hear you now.
Amsa Mustafa is also contesting for president.
Please. I didn't hear you on Mujakbero. Please. I didn't hear you on Mujakbero. You say Mujakbero.
Felix Mujakbero is a king in his village now.
Yes.
Amsa Mustafa is also trying to contest for president.
Yes.
Okay? And that's the pattern. That's the Nigeria now.
I can't hear you.
You are most likely going to also
network problem.
Get some juicy stuff.
Yes, I can't hear you. I don't know. Please,
Mr.
Ajibade, please don't be offended. Don't be offended. Could you repeat this, because totally I lost you so many times.
I'm saying that the easy passage of people who commit crimes but they are not punished. What's your reflection on that in our nation, in our country?
Good. If they have committed crimes and they are not punished, I don't think I can talk much about that, because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not in the Justice Department. I don't know why. But impunity is what I will call what you are just talking about. Impunity in the system had existed before this time, and it will still be there. Impunity has to be curbed in my country. There are things I wanted to talk towards the end, so I lay out certain things. Impunity has to be attended to. I don't know how you want to look at it, because a man will go and steal. A man will go and steal. Look at it, the people in prisons. Do you know our investigation removed the whole prison from their comptroller general top? I'm sure you read it. You jail somebody, he will give them money and he will go home. It will be, hey, that report was written. It was me that directed that operation. And so to the chief topmost, he was brought to their mess in this thing. I told my younger, look, I'm going to go to the full. So when he was brought, I asked the man just a question. I said, sir, I hope you came with enough dresses. He started sweating. After that, they said everything. They were retired. They were all kicked out of the prisons. From the like the chief of army staff down. Because I said, we cannot go on like this. So what I think you should be asking people like me is, why didn't you leave enough apostles or disciples after you? I left. All my officers made Major General, or at least all of them, those that didn't die. And no person had that story again. My name came to the fore because I said Bamayi, and they kept on repeating every other thing, put Frank name. A lady in Vanguard newspaper, Senator Nwite brought her to my house. Because you're talking about this type of thing. Brought her to my house. I didn't know why they came back. I didn't know the woman herself. So I thought it was a Nwite's wife. When they sat down, we did everything. They were happy. The woman thought, everything was wonderful. So as they were about to enter Nwite's car to leave, this is important for you people. They were about to enter Nwite's car to leave. And Nwite that was when he said, okay, Colonel Frank, thank you for the reception and everything. We shall be seeing. The woman said, it just turned like this. I will just give so that people you can trace her. She's a Yoruba woman, apparently married. And she turned and said, what did you say? He said, what? No, I said, Colonel Frank, good night. He said, which Colonel Frank? He said, the one you wrote on. The newspaper was in their car. I had it at home. He said, this is the one you wrote on. She doubled. I started saying, please, sir. No, I said, madam, don't do anything. Madam, I'm not even in the army again, so I can't even do anything if you think I can. You trace her. She wrote that she knew my house. She knew me. I was that. She came to my house, drank, ate, And there wasn't anything, and then only when they were going, that happened. She's from Vanguard newspaper. And she said, no, they finished, and her home was just to sign. You don't know my house in Bodilon, and you came there, and you wrote, that same Sunday, it was there.
Colonel, talking about
we can't wait for all the people who come. I mean, it is in the nature of your business to hire journalists, the type who can be paid to write all sorts of crazy things.
Yes.
So we're not going to wait here to go into all that, it's the nature of people in intelligence to do that.
So, I mean, Colonel,
do you have a last question? Because I would just want to, from our own end, wrap this up,
So, wrap? Okay, wrap. Since we're that's a research and production.
So now the job I do now. So where you have some
please, I think you're trying to say something. Go ahead, sir.
Yes.
No, go ahead.
Yes. Colonel, related to your residence that you just mentioned now, the MD of this day newspaper, who is on this call as we speak, Eniola Bello,
yes,
sat with you at your residence.
Yes.
When you had problem with General Bameyi.
Yes.
That was after the death of General Abacha. He sat with you, you hosted them, himself and a colleague, and you brought out a photograph of a human being cut into pieces and piled up in heaps.
Yes.
He saw that photograph.
Yes.
Can you share the story with us now? What happened to that person in that photograph? Because as at then, you had promised him that you will share the story one day.
Yes.
Who was the person in that photograph, and who was responsible for his faith?
Good.
What's the story behind that photograph?
Story,
very briefly.
This is also
connected to brutality and
yes. It has nothing to do with brutality or anything. It wasn't our case, it was a police case, but I had a contacts in police, so I wanted to convince, because it may reach us again since bombs were involved. That happened in Kaduna. It was maybe people will remember when bomb exploded near Doba Hotel in Kaduna. That's something. Maybe people will remember. I don't know who. I mean, so that bomb, the way it went, the police went in, but then because they have, in terms of explosives and everything, but we have to, not my office, army engineers and everything, to begin to identify. But it gave me that picture. It just made me mad. How can this happen? But he wasn't even the only person, or she or he, I don't know. It wasn't even the only person. So we were to go, I was to assist in that. I mean, when I say I mean the military intelligence was to begin to assist, and so many other things happened, and we started the coup investigation. Before we knew what was happening, I was retired. So it was on top of my decision when they came. I say, look at that is our country. If God wish, one day I will tell you what happened there. Hoping that even the police, you don't know. Hoping that the police, even friends who are there, will finally tell you about that. So it had to do with the mangled bodies. There were bodies mangled on the way to Doba. That's the inside there. I think they were selling things too that time, oranges and something around there when the bomb exploded. So it was a mangled body from some of them from there. Yes, that's the one I showed them. I didn't
also
show.
Related to that, at the Oputa panel,
yes,
Professor Moluku, Adebayo Moluku, claimed Mokolu claimed that my 13, I'm quoting him now.
Please.
My 13-year-old son, John Paul, was arrested and kept in military detention for 31 days. Further, there is an information the family of late Bumi Samuel, an 18-year-old girl who was arrested in my house, have been concealing. What is the information? The late Bumi, before she died, had told her parents how she was raped by the military officer, Lieutenant Colonel Omenka, and got impregnated. The pregnancy was, however, terminated before she was hurriedly left off the hook. 2 weeks after Bumi died.
Good.
I mean, Colonel, we're still coming back to this idea of, brutality.
Yes.
How you interfaced with people that came across you.
Good.
This was a testimony at Oputa panel.
Good. A very convenient way of putting it. Can I answer it now?
Yes,
can you see how
ahead.
it flowed? Can you see how it flowed? This man said we picked his son. I don't know that man, but I directed the operation that picked them because the thing came to me straight from my headquarters. I said, as I normally do, I said, no, sir. I didn't tell my organ, no, sir. I spoke to the officer, the Colonel GS. I said, no, sir. This type of thing, send a letter. I will dispatch them, but I'm coming to headquarters to discuss with her and collect a letter. People will tell you I'm there with Colonel Azazi them in those days, just like that. So I said, sir, no, sir, I will send them out now so that, because they said the people they were looking for was there, we should make effort and get them. So I dispatched my boys. They moved up. When they got there, the report, now I'm telling you quickly, when they got there, people were high jumpers, taking the fence and taking off. People were running. So they went in, and there was this small boy, and there was this small girl too. Not okay, according to them. So they phoned, sir. We got here, people ran, but there's this small boy, which was actually more important to them. I don't think they saw the girl at the same time. Okay. He said, there's this small boy. What do we do now? I said, please search the whole compound and make sure there's no adult. They did what I demanded, and he says that there's nobody. I said, okay, bring him here. I said, bring that boy to the headquarters. I directed that, me. I said, bring him to the headquarters. Okay, sir. Then suddenly the girl, they saw her there. I said, look, just bring them to the headquarters. There are people will come to look for them. Bring them to the headquarters. So when they got to the headquarters, they separated them. The boy was brought to my office almost immediately. A young boy, very, very articulate, educated. He started saying, oh, I want to be here. I want to remain with you here till my holidays is over. I love the army. I can like this thing. I said, look, my friend, what is your name? He said, why are you, the dad, the mom, we tried to get everything together to know what was happening. But his own problem was that he wants to remain here. He doesn't want to go back. I said, no, don't worry. Now, why did I say they should pick that boy? Because the thing now people will hear is, hey, he carry on the rage. No, the country was hot. So I told my officers, later they learned now. I said, pick that child. And luckily the child had British passport. So I said, we didn't know Ab initial after now. So I said, pick that child and bring him here. Let somebody who knows him come and take him. Because if you left him there, you don't know their plan. Somebody could have killed him there just to soil the regime's name or kill the army name or do whatever. So I said, no, pick that child. When you go for such operations in future, a child is involved. There's no person there to carry the child.
Colonel,
yes, let me finish.
Colonel, the child was picked where the child was eventually released. There was an allegation of a rape.
Yes,
Did
that's
you
what I'm
rape
coming
a
to
young
now.
girl or
that's
not?
What I'm coming to. That's what I'm coming
very
to.
Briefly.
So the girl was released. The girl was released. I can't remember the name of it now, but I've been trying to get officers and men to get me some of these names. I can't remember the name of it, but the girl was released. This thing happened. The boy left my office after 4 or 5 days because the mother came in and went to the British embassy. They gave her a paper, and then she went to General Mujakwelo. Somebody was mentioning General Mujakwelo now. She went to Mujakwelo, and then Mujakwelo was the corps commander, military police that time. He called me. And I went there, I said what I said, it's okay. Let her come. I don't care whether she comes with a letter or not. I just want the boy to identify somebody that he knows.
Okay.
So when she got to my place, the boy saw her when he got into my office, and the boy just said, "Hello, Mom." I said, "God is good." But we tried to make Pepper to go. The boy said, "Mom, I want to remain here for some time. Let me go." To tell you the truth, that boy wrote us a letter from England. By this time, the girl had gone. So I don't know where security group became a laboratory for making love to people and became a maternity at the same time. I can't know, because this boy came, the mother came, we released them. Okay, how can they be there? I said people make up stories just to soil name because they had suffered the pain. So they want the other to suffer the pain. That boy was released. Go to British. You are begged this press. The British High Commission is there. Go there. They wrote a letter and we released him that day. To the mother. I was happy. To the mother. And he wrote a letter to my office. That letter is in the file in that office.
Okay, Colonel. I want to appeal to all the participants, like I said previously, that we may not be able to exhaust all questions today. This is just a teaser of how we will progress with the interview and interaction with Colonel Frank. Be assured there is going to be a second session of this, and I expect there's going to be. There's going to be a second session with you to follow up on this. So that said, let's have the final words from the panelists, and I would also come back to Colonel Frank to say a few things. Okay. So you can unmute yourself now. Good. So
okay. Do I go first, pardon me?
Yes, please go ahead. Please.
Colonel Frank, thank you so much for agreeing to be part of this and telling your own side of the story. I must commend you for doing that after so long. But speaking now, you paint a picture of someone who did absolutely nothing wrong and who is essentially just being framed by everybody. Everything everybody said, whether at the Twitter panel or in books, everything is false. Everybody just hated you and wanted to paint you in bad light, whether they were generals or they were journalists or they were civilians. But if one listens to even the way you speak now, it's clear that you don't even appreciate or understand emotional torture. You describe how you refer to people by saying they are going to rot in hell, and I didn't mean it that way. You described how you addressed the female journalist and said something like, even if you cry for her blood, I would think you are menstruating with her. I mean, those kind of language shows that you are someone who, while in office, saw emotional torture as a routine. There was nothing bad about it. Does that then paint a picture of a man who even decades later does not understand what torture means and that it is inappropriate to do so? And would it then mean that if for any reason you find yourself in power again, you would still do all the things that you did then? That's one. Secondly, sir, is that you said repeatedly that you did not give the order for torture. You did not receive any order for torture. You did nothing wrong. Yet all these atrocities were going on while you were in office. So it appears you were essentially burying your head in the sand while all these atrocities against all these people were going on. Is it that you were never aware at any point that all these tortures were going on, even though you did, whether or not you gave the order, or that you just were not aware of what was going on in the government that you not only served but played a prominent role in? Thank you very much.
Good.
Thank you. Do you want to note? Do you want to note that?
No, I don't have pen. I don't know.
Okay.
I want to answer immediately.
Quickly respond to that.
Mr. Idris, thank you very much. He's switching off himself. Oh.
No, go ahead. He can hear you.
With you, sir.
Okay, because he switched off himself. Yes, Mr. Idris, thank you. And I will still insist. when you say people under me or people with me were doing it. Look, how can people under me do it in my office? I was in charge of my office. Ask my officers who are still in the service and those that are out. Go to them and get their list. Not me. I would have, okay, you said I use the statements like if I'm misleading, emotional torture and so on. Yes. That is what you want to hear now. Because then all I wanted was action and to decongest my place. Finish and go. Finish. Just let people go home.
Well,
this Ogun, whatever is his name. Adeni. What's his name, sir? Olusegun Adeni, that you all know. Let me tell you, when he came, I didn't quite get. I begged him not to do all this courier something. Don't carry cocaine or something. Don't do this thing. Don't put yourself in trouble. Go. You know what he came up with? He was. I said, listen, go, come back tomorrow by 10 o'clock. Ask him this question. I said, go, come back tomorrow by 10 o'clock. As he was about to go, I just said, just 1 minute. Please come, don't put us in trouble. In any case, if you don't come, we are going to pick this person. I gave a name that, we had done a job. They had done a job on it before. He sat down in my office. He was sweating. I said, no, you can say, just go. Tomorrow, come around 10. Tomorrow he came before 10, just to say the person I understood, because when the information was passed to me, there was no way to verify it. But the person, I think he must be the wife now. He must be the wife then, or the girlfriend. He sat down. So he came early. Then whatever happened, we did everything, and he wasn't detained. Asking whether he was detained in my office, because as soon as I took over, I had followed this thing from the school, the news every time, not the news, the magazine. I'm talking about the general news. There's trouble here, there's trouble here. Pengasin, crashing, and what was the name? These people supporting. So we had this problem, and I was making sure that I could contain it. Ask this Adeni boy. I said, if you don't come back, we will pick this person. He was ready to be coming every day, or to even sleep in the office. If you consider that emotional torture, so be it. He made me do my job, and I didn't touch him. Touch him. No person touched him.
All right. So, Mr. Ajibade, please unmute yourself. Then after you, Mr. Dapo will speak. Before yeah, go ahead, please. Your last word.
Yeah, I mean, I was glad to hear that Colonel Omenka is now a very good Catholic. Very good to hear that. But there is something called penance in Catholicism, right? 33 years ought to be enough for you to reflect on all these very terrible conduct, of yours that we've been talking about, right? So when are you going to have penance? When are you going to have penance over all these,
I can't hear you.
I think you can just respond to that. I mean, when are you going to have penance over all that has transpired, all what has been said?
When are you coming home?
Okay, good.
You see, there are more. See, go on, please.
All right, I think it's done. Can you respond now?
First of all, the issue of penance, and then, of course, when are you coming home? And, right, I need to also quickly respond to this, that even though the military people, are trained to kill, but there are conventions, international conventions, as to how far they could go, in the process of doing their job. You kept saying that, oh, you are doing your job professionally. But we were telling you that, you went overboard. Conventions You did not follow the conventions, of some of the things you were trained, for, right? And I thought that you were time to of this, so that we could relate. We could relate to your profession. We could relate, as Nigerians, after all the atrocities. But I haven't seen any sense of remorse at all. You killed your colleagues, right? Because of what you did. Many of them are dead now. It's interesting that you also observed, a mini silence for them, right? Put yourself in the shoes of their families, right? How will you look at these families in the same way that you couldn't look them in the eye when you took us to Kirikiri prison? Okay? As I said earlier on, we are human beings. People could make mistakes. But you haven't really shown any sense of remorse at all. I mean, I want you to really, think deeply about that.
I think you'll be wasting your time always if you are on that track, because I don't know what you are talking about. If you said people I took to prison, did I jail them? Did I try them? My duty was to take them there. So I don't see this melancholic approach to what you think I should do. I'm telling you that I did what I should do without hurting anybody, without touching anybody. You say the other man says emotional. Very good. I agree with him. That it exists. You have emotional torture and all that. But even in this case, there was no room for that. You are hammering on this that at least I should have, that there are conventions. Of course, there are conventions. Why hasn't it even been done? Is it different from what is even now? It is even worse. So the one you are talking about, conventions and everything in my country, people are killed like goats, and you are there and you are not writing critically about it. And you are saying, I took you to prison because it was my duty. I took over the office before you were forwarded to the prison. So I didn't send you even to that office. If I had been returned back to school, I wouldn't be near you. So they brought me and I took you. My duty was, later came, carry them to prison. I just said 2 people cannot go that way. That is the 2 generals. I put them in this. They are alive. No, one is alive now. You can find out from him. And we spoke up to that time. You people went in Black Maria. The ladies were making, they didn't know how to do. I said, take it easy, man. Me, I can't do anything. I just took over this office and this is happening. So what's my business? When they say carry you to prison, so I won't carry you to prison because there's convention. Which convention? They say take them to the prison. I took you to the prison. Did you run away from me? No. Did they kill you on the way because when you're under my control? No. So I did my job. I did my job clearly. I took you to the prison. So I don't see the emotional. What is it? I don't see this sentimentalism. Is you are just crying on something, and I'm telling you, there is no room for apology here because I did not say anything. I committed self. I carried out my job. I didn't kill anybody. I didn't torture anybody. I didn't touch anybody in the face. Ask.
Okay, Colonel.
I commanded a place that had people. It changed because I went in there. That's why it took them time to hand over that place because of the Manakutaya they were doing there. So I went in there. I changed the environment. I changed everything. I didn't play according to the rules I was supposed to play with, and that's why it came attack from everywhere. I refused to. I even refused to listen to your type of talk that I was inhuman. You were there with us. Was anybody touched? You were there before I carried you. Was any person killed or touched? Okay. You were there until they moved you. Did anything happen under your nose?
Colonel, thank
Tell
you.
them. No, let them answer because you say I should show a sense of remorse and all that. When you were there, who were flogged, or who were tortured, or who were killed, you were there. It's from there I carried you to Kirikiri. Tell them. Let the world hear. Stop being unnecessarily this sentimental, trying to play to the gallery. All of you, so they say, no. Tell them, any person was beaten in your presence, any person, the days you were dead until I carried you to Kirikiri. Say it, let's hear.
Okay. Colonel, thank you. You've said you've expressed yourself. Let's hear from Mr. Dapo now. You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Deolu. Obviously, thank you, Frank, for being available. And thank you for the about 37 people who are still sticking around to hear this. Well, you know, before we accepted to do this, frankly, the idea was you say everything that, you know, has been hanging in the air. To be sure, 2 hours is inadequate to get that whole process, as even as oral history. But we must confess that some baby steps have been taken. So, and that's very useful. People will build on all that later. Well, first, I'd like to let you know that as a son of a soldier myself and the father of an officer, I know they are great officers, great soldiers, and they are really garbage officers. It's clear. So we have no difficulty in making that kind of distinction here. So we'll leave all that by the side. I think it's also helpful and transparent enough that we let people on the panel know that you and I were classmates, you know, so that puts a little afterlife after this program to, you know, what will happen. But I'll have to ask one question, and what did Mrs. Olonyomi do for you? I mean, that you subjected her to so much. First, of course, her detention, totally needless. And then, you know, subjected her to, you know, a lot of verbal, you know, torture when she was with you guys.
Good.
She was not a journalist working as a tutor at that time. I mean, she was a trained journalist, but she had nothing to do with presumably what you guys were looking for, which you ended up picking Kunle for. Yeah, I mean, just to clear a little history here.
Good.
Thank you. Colonel, before you respond, I think we should put it in proper context. Mrs. Olorunyomi is who? So that we're specific.
Oh, well, my name is Olorunyomi. I mean, I just want it to be clear. You know, Frank knows what I'm talking about. So
okay, good. All right.
Let me go on. Yeah, we were actually classmates and friends. So these are the people, the remnants I took over from the last of this Adeni group. Because one day I came like that and they matched them in. So I said, who are these? I didn't pick them. The madam would tell you that I didn't pick. I wasn't even there then. So they matched them in because I wanted to clear my office more. So they were there already. Then madam came, I never knew her. And I finished with Oguntu, this Adeni man. So I looked at her. I said, I think she was the only woman there. So I said, yes, madam. No, I didn't think I said yes or something like that because I hadn't known she was that married or anything. And she said, yes, I said, your name? She said, Mrs. Olorunyomi. The name rang into my head, but I held myself because I'm with officers and everything. You must know so that you know somebody. You are investigating. So you might say, don't do anything. So I held myself and I asked the other one. The other people, I asked them, and they said, yeah, did you say your name was what? I said, no, give me the full name. They said, he said, Mrs. Dapo Olorunyomi. So I looked, that was the way I have to do this thing. I said, so I asked her in general, as if nothing. So why are you here now? He said, because of his husband. I said, I didn't even, we had not seen before again. I hadn't seen Dapo again since we left school. So I didn't even know where he was. So I said, so where is he now? He said, he's overseas. I said, oh. Then I don't know why they brought you here safe. But that wasn't the important thing. So I said they should match them out. They should just go out first. So I called I think one of my 2SC that time. I said, that woman is the wife of my classmate too. But what you people that were here before me, he said, I think either you people or you that either you wrote something or you were in the team that wrote something in whether the Nadeko or something. I didn't handle Nadeko anymore. I didn't handle anyone. So he said, so I said, okay, if that is so, this other boy, Adeni, was doing courier job for another, how do I call it? Not Nadeko per se, but the agitators that time. So I looked at Madame. I was just looking for a way to make sure and then she mentioned that she had a child. That one. No, there was a child involved. That one just.
Of course, yeah. Yeah. You picked mother and child actually, or whoever your guy is. It may not be you.
So as soon as she mentioned that one, I said, what? No, even though the mother said, no. Look, I asked her again, because I can't remember everything now, but I made sure she left. I said, Pam, I made sure she left. Not because she was the wife of my friend, though. Please, let me make it clear. It's because additional to, there was a child involved. How can they stay in security group? How can she clean the child, clean her back? I was thinking so many things immediately. And so this excuse was provided by God for me. And boom. Because I said, in my report, small report, I said, if the man is not in, how do we get him? What has the wife got to do with what are the brother self got to do if a brother is brought in? So find out from Madam if I'm saying the lie or if that is what happened or how it happened small. Because I can't remember keeping her more than, even the other boy, the others. I just say, this man is not involved in it, just that he was caught carrying drug and money for the people to be okay. They need them and I said,
well, I think just for the records, they were.
Please put it for the record. I don't remember everything. Yes,
days. They were with you guys for 38 days. Just for the records, yeah.
Okay. For the records, 36 days, you mean?
38 days.
Oh, 38 days.
That must be before I took over.
Okay. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for this number. I never knew this one you have
this
just said.
This opportunity for me personally has afforded us the space for victims in the past to interact with a perpetrator, supposedly. And it's a room and a forum where we needed to reflect on what happened, where we made mistakes, and how we should correct it. At Tell Africa in particular, specifically, we believe experience matters and it inspires. Some others may leave this forum and say, oh, I'm going away with what Colonel Frank, some of the things Colonel Frank has said, and say, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. But it's a good thing that we're able to challenge you about some of your actions and what some of the things that transpired back then. Even though, Colonel, this is my own view. I'm going to give you the floor to say one or two things as your last submission for now, because definitely we would work towards having you back for a proper, a more conclusive session. We can't wrap it all within two hours, obviously. There's a need for a reflection. And I'm sure you must have done that even before this meeting, before you agreed to come on board this platform. We encourage our guests to do a proper reflection before they come on board. Because here is an opportunity for you to say, not compelling, some of these things were done rightly, some of these things were not done rightly. And nobody would have held you bound on this platform for that. So I am asking you, Colonel, and speaking the mind of most of the participants here, again, on a final note, based on all your interactions and your interrogations within the period of the Abacha regime, there is nothing to look back now, Colonel, and say, oh, I should have done this better. I shouldn't have approached this way. I want you to respond to that as you also give your final submission before we wrap up this particular session. Thank you, sir.
Yes, it's so strange that only 2 years of my being there generated all these things. And most people were there even before that. Just like I told Mr. Lori Yomina, when I came, that happened because, what was his name? Adeni was that, it was that team. So I normally say, how do you evacuate this thing? We can't have that. What are these people? Come. So I evacuate. And you just release people when you clear from your headquarters. So you can't take that decision. We were all under command. I was under command. So even if you don't understand what happened there, apply to find out what happened. But I've listened to everybody. I thought part of what we were to discuss today was to briefly touch what we have touched, and then look for the way forward for my country, because my country is bleeding. Nigeria is bleeding. We are turning very rapidly into a militia state. And I just want you to look at Sudan, and then you begin to understand what is likely to happen to Nigeria soon. We have presidential candidates, a president and presidential candidates. I want to ask them, if I can, maybe you help me to ask them, what Nigeria are they campaigning to rule? Is it Nigeria without Biafra, or Nigeria without Oduduwa land, or Nigeria without Arewa land? What Nigeria are they campaigning to rule? Why should we, something very small, why should we, you, me, our money, pay a governor for doing 4 years work, and then he's in pension, and tomorrow you say people are not annoyed, people are not hungry? What if you serve your time, you get out, others go in and serve and get out. If you want to get with this thing, go and do public job and get in this thing, and then you earn pension. There are so many things, but now I can't do them like I'm just speaking just like that. Why is it that Nigerians can't be armed with at least double barrel, made official? You buy, you are registered, police has it, the Justice Department has it, SSS has it, that DSS has it, that you are supposed to have that. Why can't we have that in our country, so that people will not be carrying something, and even once the other man knows? Look, in the range, when you are firing in the range, they say he made 50-50. And I used to ask, let a bullet be coming from the range towards all of you. We don't know where the bullet is coming. Every person will make 0/50. Because you don't know when the bullet is coming and whether it's coming to your head. And that is the case with these bandits all over the place making noise. If we are armed, our people, that's the first thing. Second, we can arm our people like retired. So no local government in Nigeria that doesn't have retired military personnel and police people. We carry them and put them in groups like we did during the war. They do parade. You take them to the unit near them. Every state in this country has some military unit near it. They refresh their memory. They're issuing rifles officially. That one nice to defend against bastards that will come and disturb them. So they have that rifle. Every month they go to do some tests and replenish. So any person coming, they have communication. Cell phone has made it easy. They talk to themselves and say, these people, I will show people here, I will show people here. Once they come in, you take them out. No person will want to go and put his head inside fire when the bullet is coming from the other side. Also, So we have these things that we are just, I don't know. We are truly, I mean, the things to do in my country are too many. And then they're coming up. If we live in the past, like they have just tried to do now, we won't go anywhere. The past has been attended to. We should go. There's so many things in the future that look at oil. Look at oil wells. Look at oil wells. They are sharing oil wells. No individual should own oil well in Nigeria. You see, ASU has been on since I started studying ASU every year. The trouble with ASU, the university people, they can't read, they can't do everything, they can't pay themselves. Every year, children do not pass out on time. ASU, I mean, Ministry of Education, if we recover all our oil wells, if we give to Ministry of Education, every child in Nigeria who is in elementary school, we have 1 meal a day at least. And I tell you, that may be the only meal he will eat that day safe. Because we don't have things. No light, no water. So how do you teach a child basic hygiene? So if we have that oil mills, or oil well, or oil block, whatever they are called, we give it to ministries. Ministry of Health, give them 4. We will have beautiful hospitals. And then they are monitored, though, even if you give them 4, is monitored. Then we have ministers, but no, one individual carries, the other one carries 2. He has 2, he has 3. He's making money. And the country is bleeding to death. They kill somebody, no police investigation because the police no get paper. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with the country? Our pressmen, Mr. Idris, I see that you are still there. Others have vamoosed.
All right.
Yes, you people should look into. There are so many. If you want, they will give you my, what is it called? My my email or something. I will get in contact with you people. There are so many things to do in the system. Otherwise, we'll be working with militias all over the place. So even you won't be. Look at what they did in Oyo now. And look at the other one. The governor was doing party when people, Makindo, whatever was his name, was doing party when people were in distress.
Thank you, Colonel. And I want to believe that we've ended on some very instructive note that calls for serious reflection again for us as Nigerians and Africans as well. I want to most sincerely thank everybody that's participated in this session, especially our panelists. Thank you for keying in and partnering with Tell Africa. We are extremely grateful, and be assured that we will still be coming back with more of this. I'm sure Colonel Frank has a lot to say, and there are a lot to also ask him. And we will create more time for us to unpack several other things that haven't been touched. It's really a pleasure and honor to connect with every one of you. Please, we would appreciate you reach out to us to share your feedbacks on how this session has, panned out for you. And we are ready and open to listen to everyone, to listen to your perspectives. So at Tell Africa, on behalf of Tell Africa and the Premium Times Group.
No, please, before you go, let me tell Mr. Idris, so he can tell the other two. You people are asking why didn't I come back? The embassy of Nigeria refused to recognize that I was even in Nigeria.
Okay, Colonel.
And I applied for paper. They refused. They said. So I had to go to the Minister of Justice for the DG, Minister of Justice in Brazil, to approve. But he said no. But I know that I'm an honorary citizen of the area. I say yes, but I wanted my country to do, because I wrote something where they keep Nigerians kill people, kill here and stuff them with cocaine to go back. I said this is clean our name. It's clean our name.
All right.
So they were mad. Mr. Hart was there in the first time, and then Mr. What's his name? The second one, Mr. Okeke, Nnonyelum Okeke, became the ambassador, and I got in contact with him through a mutual friend. He said no, he will not give me because I refused to release his client to him. when I was in security group. Is it my duty to release somebody there? If they bring you from court, we will take you back to court. If they bring you from Akure, we will take you back to Akure. Our own is to do the investigation. I recommend. We send you to my headquarters.
Okay,
so
Colonel.
Even the ambassadors refused to agree that I was a Nigerian. And tomorrow you want me to say, "Oh Lord, I'm coming home."
Oh, thank you so much again, Colonel. I mean, there's a whole lot that we can say here, and we want to also unpack. We will definitely come back to all of this. The Nigerians are interested in listening to you, certainly, and I want to believe that this has been worthwhile and instructive. So I would say thank you to everybody and allow Mr. Dapo to say one or two things again. Thank you. He's here. He's here.
Frank, I'm saying here. So
I can see your face. Good.
Okay. Anyway, so I mean, again, it's just to say a big thank you. I want to say that part of our own job, in journalism, is of course to also do effective fact checking of every process. So our fact checking team has been working behind, and will bring some of the claims that need verification. So we'll be happy, to go to the Foreign Office as quickly as tomorrow to find out the status of your visa, if that's the claim you're making.
Not the Foreign Office, I'm telling the embassy. The embassy did not agree.
The embassy is under the Foreign Office here. Right?
Okay, no, I'm just giving an example, yes.
So, and by the way, one of our people had contacted Chris Iron, who discounts the points that you have made about she crying before you. All that will be put together so that you will see that there's no reason to be unfair to you. We will advise that please, as quickly as you can, try to put your thoughts and your story together. Time is not on all of our sides, so it's better you get your account in book, black and white, and those who will react to you should react. Without question, there are certain very important points that I think you've made. I'm a little bit mystified, though, that the whole human rights violations of that era that you serve did not wash anything on you. That's, we can't take that away from you. That's fine enough. But, we're trying to fact check a whole number, and that will be available for you to react again if you want to. But thank you so much, Deolu. It's really been very helpful and worthy.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you again to Premium Times. Thank you, publisher. Thank you for aligning with us, and we look forward to more of this partnership. And considering the last word that the publisher of Premium Time just said, Colonel, you will get some reactions, and the opportunity will be there again for us to advance this discussion at a later date. We will work with you on a date and time that is convenient again. And definitely we need to have a second session. And we will try and address most of all this. While most of the claims you've made and the actors involved are already responding, they would also be part of the call. And just to put pay to some of these, questions, allegations here and there, and everybody can, move forward with a clean heart, among others. So thank you so much again, Colonel Frank, for affording us your time and the opportunity to speak for the first time on this platform. We don't take it for granted, and we look forward to having you again. It wasn't easy. I must say it on this call. It wasn't easy to get Colonel Frank to come and speak. It's like so many people I know of you that you are a mystery. It wasn't easy to get you to come and speak. And we are glad and don't take it for granted, and look forward to having you on board again. Thank you so much, Cornell. Thank you, Premium Times. Thank you, everyone on this call. And we look forward to having you again. You'll be getting a mail to get your feedback on this session, and we want to improve more on it. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic evening from any part of the world you are logged in. All right. Bye, everyone.